Guys, it's Coach Alex here. Sorry I couldn't be there today. Both the daughter and myself are feeling a little bit under the weather, so Anna and I decided that this would be the best route for me to get my message out to you guys was through this email with this video. So let me just start off by saying Anna told me that everybody who did the second scan at the closing for the challenge today saw results, and that's awesome. I'm super proud of everyone. Um, and that's really amazing, honestly. Like the fact that every single one of you saw at least some degree of progress from something that you came out to listen to me say and teach was is it's why I do what I do, and I'm so passionate about fitness and nutrition and all that stuff. So, um, but now, as a caveat to that, I want to say just because the challenge is over doesn't mean everything that you've learned and everything that I taught you is done, right? Um, the point of the challenge wasn't just to do some really intense 48 day or 50 day, if that rings off the tongue a little bit better, challenge that was supposed to be super intense, and then you are super strict with your diet, and then all of a sudden, as soon as it's done, you go back to doing the things the way you were doing them before. That the goal was actually to build better habits, make you feel better, and then also to kind of make you realize I I don't actually like those cheat foods or all those things that I know aren't good for me, but that I would always eat anyway. I heard from a lot of you that when you would have your cheat meal, weekly cheat meal, that it would actually make you feel really gross, and that's awesome. That's kind of one of the goals was I didn't want you craving those things anymore, because when there's a craving, sometimes you'll do anything, even if it's not in the house, to go satisfy that craving. So um, eliminating those cravings is one big thing of it, and then kind of just teaching you all to switch around the way you approach food and the order you eat it in, and all those things, because it all ties back with insulin and insulin sensitivity, as I spoke about at the beginning of the challenge. Um, so some of you who maybe saw a little bit of progress, but maybe not as much progress as you want, um, try to be honest with yourself about how well you actually adhered to the guidelines of the challenge. The people who probably saw the best results were the ones who stuck with it the most, followed it to the greatest degree. Those of you who didn't see as much progress as you want, maybe had a big cheat meal, maybe had a little bit of extra wine or beer here or there, that kind of thing. Regardless, you still were very mindful, probably, of what you were putting into your body during this whole period, which is awesome. Um, so that mindfulness is kind of the first step, because a lot of people don't realize what's going in. That's where the tracking kind of came into things too with the MyFitnessPal app. Um, so everybody being mindful is really good, but be honest. If you're not happy with your results, chances are you didn't follow the guidelines maybe as closely as you should have. And just to kind of give some extra motivation to continue those habits that I talked about at the beginning of the challenge. A lot of you know that I'm an athlete, aspiring CrossFit Games athlete. I mean, the Open is happening right now, and not only am I PRing my lifts, but I'm also performing better aerobically than I was in the last Open. Not as good as I want, but still better. And that is in large part because of my diet. Okay, so a lot of you might just be athletes, and that's your kind of focus. You want to be fitter, you want to get stronger, you want to see those numbers go up. Maybe you want to get a better body composition to help with your fitness. So, again, diet is like 90% of that. But a lot of you also know that I'm a dad. So I'm at home with a sick kiddo right now. She's upstairs taking a nap, and that's why you're hearing this all from me through a video. So when you're thinking about having that meal that you know you shouldn't have, like the late night Lay's potato chips, or that binge at McDonald's, or whatever it might be, um, and you kind of lose sight of, oh, I have a lot of years left in me. I'm going to be around for a long time. Don't ever take that for granted. I've known people who were really healthy, and all of a sudden things happen that shouldn't have, and then now they're no longer with us, and they kind of took for granted the fact that they would always be around. Um, so I plan on being around for most of my daughter's life. Um, See her walk down the aisle with whoever she chooses to spend the rest of her life with. Hopefully, maybe have grandkids someday and that kind of thing, and be around and be an active part of their lives too. So, when you guys are thinking about kind of lose motivation, kind of lose sight of what it is that's driving you to be good on your diet, go in and get those workouts done and give it your full effort, and then also be doing the other things outside of that, like the sleep, um, just practicing everything that you need to be very healthy spiritually, mentally, emotionally, but then also physically. All those things tie together, and they're very important for longevity. CrossFit and CrossFit's diet prescription is based on longevity. It's based on getting the average American off of the average American diet and then healthy, not dependent on the health system for medications and things, being preventative, right? So we don't end up with these chronic diseases that are basically ruining the lives of most Americans these days. So that's just a little bit of extra motivation. I hopefully wanted to maybe strike a chord with you guys, especially those of you that have families you want to be around and be active parts of their life, like I do. Then that should be a little bit of motivation to help you adhere to what you're supposed to be doing, diet, gym, and otherwise. Um, that all said, again, I am super proud of everybody. Like, it is absolutely amazing that you all were able to get through this 48 days and hopefully build some habits from it, that you're able to continue past this 48-day mark. And then I'd also wanted to say thank you to everybody who basically put their faith in me, not knowing necessarily who I was or what I was about, what my background is, or how much kind of knowledge or that kind of thing I have. You almost blindly listened to what I had to say and put it into practice, and every single person who did the challenge saw some results, from one scan to the second. So I'm so proud of all of you. Really, really thankful to get the opportunity to get up in front of you and speak, have my voice heard, have my opinions heard, and then have it actually be something that helped you guys. So um, that's all. Everybody should still have my card. If you guys have any questions from here on out, or if you're still wanting a little bit of extra help, kind of on a one-on-one type basis, feel free to reach out to me. That's my personal cell phone number on there, and also my personal email address. So if you guys need anything, please let me know. I'm always around and happy to help. My schedule has been a little hectic lately, but I'll do as much as I can to make time for you guys, because that's what I'm passionate about. So thanks again, everyone. All right, bye-bye.